Scorpio, how can you become more interesting? How can Scorpio become more interesting? This is actually hilarious. So the first card we got out is the Knight of Swords. You talk too damn much, Scorpio, and it's in reverse. We just get the Knight of Swords in reverse. You talk too damn much, Scorpio. And so usually, talking too much, it would be in the upright. But I'm getting like how you could be more interesting since it's in the reverse. You need to stop talking so much, okay? Be more mysterious. Or be more of a listener, be more of an observer, more than you talk, okay? But I feel like you be talking people's head off, and I feel like you be going into detail, like about your personal business even, or you just talk a lot. So it leaves people not to be that interested in you because they feel like they know everything, or they feel like if they wanted to know something, you would be already tell them because you talk so much, something like that. So it just leaves no room for interest, okay? So how you become more interesting, the Knight of Swords in reverse, usually upright means talking. So in reverse, you need to stop talking so much, okay? Be more mysterious. But lately too, I've been with that not pushing mysteriousness like to the point where it's unnatural. Some people are naturally mysterious, so make sure you're still being in your authenticity. If you want to talk a lot, that's cool. But if you also want to find ways to be more interesting, let other people maybe talk more and let them or sit back and listen and be a listener and be more observant, and that way you leave room for the other person to be more interested. And I'm also just getting like you could talk a lot in general to where you don't listen to people, you don't let them talk, you don't let them get a chance to say something even, okay? And that could like altogether make somebody not interested in talking to you, or let alone be interested in you, because you don't even give them time to talk and express or share who they are to you, or share their opinion, or have a conversation with you, because you dominate the conversation. You're constantly talking or cutting people off even, I'm getting. So that's what I'm getting, okay? So yeah, just stop talking so goddamn the way I have to say it like that. You can talk a lot, Scorpio. Talk people's heads off. And I really feel like people either want to have something to say too, or they get tired of like just hearing somebody over talk. Cause sometimes I be having to hear myself and other people, see how I act in other people. Especially when you got a mirror around you, like a soulmate or a twin flame, you be looking at them like, damn, so this how I be acting, because they're literally a mirror of you. And so sometimes I be talking to people who just like me, and I'm like, damn, so I be acting like that, I talk like that, or I do that. It kind of turn you off of yourself when you see it in other people. So, and for some, it can go both ways, okay? For some Scorpios, you don't talk enough, okay? So, because this being in reverse could also mean that too, because again, this is upright. It means talking and talking a lot and expressing yourself, saying whatever you gotta say. But I'm getting like with it in reverse too, maybe you need to talk more, maybe you need to talk, or you'd be more interesting if you actually seem more interested in another person. Like I said, could kind of go back into maybe you need to talk or need to ask more about the other person, or just need to talk up and talk and express yourself in general, because maybe you don't. Maybe you are very mysterious and you stay quiet. You never talk. You never have something to say. You never share, things. And how you become more interesting is sharing more about yourself, expressing yourself, or just being authentically you, expressing yourself how you express yourself, which means letting whatever out that you have to say. And maybe you don't do that. You try to keep a certain persona, and it's like you want to be interesting. It's like talk more, share more, open up more, okay? Yeah, that's giving like maybe not even open. So open up more. So again, when I do get both scenarios, I have to mention it. So I am getting both. So you just take it how it resonates. You could actually, since life is about balance, right? You could actually be both. But maybe you don't know how to balance both, okay? Maybe you talk more than you do something, or maybe you talk less more than you talk at all, something like that. Maybe you don't have a balance there. Maybe you actually have, maybe you actually do both, but it's like no balance there. Like you're either an over talker or you don't talk at all. There, you get where I'm going, something like that though. But I am, because I am getting both scenarios. How can some of y'all cuss a lot, okay? Or you could say really reckless things, or maybe not know what to say out your mouth at times, okay? And how you could be more interesting is just kind of saying things that are more, you know, sound more good to the ear, rather than saying things that maybe people don't want to hear, okay? Or things that are mean, rude, insulting, okay? Things that just even be like negative things that nobody wants to hear, because maybe someone is a positive person. They're not going to hear a negative thinker or a negative talker talk all day, because all thing they're going to talk about is negative stuff. Okay. Something like that. Maybe learn to be more relatable, okay? Because sometimes you could be talking, you could think others are engaged, but really they're not engaged because it's not relatable or something. I'm just getting like, be more relatable, or talk about something people want to talk about, you know, that everybody would like in talking about. Okay. Upright, okay, is kind of like fast, right? So since this is in reverse, I want to say more so we paying attention to the motion. It's like you could need to slow down, okay? Maybe you actually one of them girls or guys, you real fast in bed too. Something about you needing to slow down. Maybe be more slow, more sensual. Maybe feel it out more. Maybe, you know, take your time, okay? So in a love aspect, you would be more interesting. You kind of just slow down. Maybe you like it fast, but maybe you just kind of too fast, or you like it rough, okay? Even, and sometimes it's just kind of like, to really grasp someone's attention, maybe you need to again have that balance, or slow down some, fill it out, be more passionate, be more sensual, okay? So yeah, so I really could say that that's what it is in general. How you become more interesting, Scorpio, is to have balance, okay, in whatever aspects in your life. It's just one of them things where just have balance. Don't overdo things and don't underdo things, okay? And that's how you're going to be interesting, having the balance there. But it's like you could be more so into, you more so start indulging in one way or the other. You're never like in the middle or between. What else? Okay, how can Scorpio be more interesting? Pop out more, Scorpio, okay? You are a star here, obviously. Aquarius energy. You could have Aquarius in your big three somewhere specifically, okay? But if not, it's just, yeah, you're giving star quality. You have star qualities. You could look like a star. You become more interesting when you stop trying to downplay yourself. You're playing it small when you're really supposed to be playing it big. You have big energy. You have star energy. And you downplaying that is making you less interesting. Something about you though is very sexy, or you come off very like, you know, like as someone who's rarely flawed, like you don't have any flaws. I'm just looking at my cards here. You could really like wear your hair in romance curls or wavy in some type of way, in a way where it really sticks out. It's just that you have star qualities, and it's like how you could be more interesting is actually playing on those star qualities, using it to your advantage. Okay, because that's already going to make you interesting when you showing up as the star that you are. You showing up as this star person with star qualities that looks really good, very talented, looks very good physically, personality wise as well. Somebody who has like the face and the body. It's just something about you having it, because it's something about you just looking like a star. You having star qualities, and you need to like act like it or show up like it, and that's what's gonna make you more interesting. Some of y'all need to put yourself out there, like literally be seen, okay? So that's what's gonna make you interesting, because it's something about your looks anyway. It's gonna come off very interesting. But maybe it's like some of y'all, you're a little too too plain though, okay? It's time to like enhance your looks. It's kind of, you see, her hair is really like nice and everything, but it's kind of like she just plain. She don't have nothing else going on. So you maybe become more interesting when you start enhancing your physical appearance in some type of way. Or this is even style, like have more of a style. Learn how to dress yourself, style yourself. It's gonna become even more interesting. Yeah, it's something about you needing to open up and to pour into other things in the environment and the people and places and things around you, and stop kind of just staying to yourself, not opening up, not being vulnerable, not just having no words, no conversation for nobody. You just kind of see how she alone. So you kind of just in your own world. And it's something about you needing, but she's like pouring into the world. It's like you need to pour into the other people, places, and situations around you. Put yourself out there in some type of way, but actually like pour love into other people, and not just always want to be the one, kind of talking. This can even be you always wanting to dominate or always wanting to talk. This can even be, I'm saying, like you in a good way. You kind of always want to look out for people, love on people, but you need to that's what it is. You need to be the receiver sometimes, okay, Scorpio? And that's how you're going to become even more interesting. Be on the receiving end. Stop always kind of like pouring into other people and things, okay? So I'm getting like some of y'all, is you pouring too much into other things, and you don't be on the receiving end and let people pour into you, okay? Some people find you interesting when they're able to help you and give to you, okay? They find that you in general, like it's kind of like common sense. Anybody that could feel needed by you, they're already instantly attracted to you or interested in you in some way. It sounds like, a needy person, no, but yes, people, whenever you just seem like you could not need necessarily, but you could like depend on someone for something, that's ultimately, to me, like already gonna be make you interesting to someone, okay? Don't be all twisting my words up, but let's kind of clarify that it's not necessarily that they like you because you need them, because that can be annoying, right? But I'm getting this is in a good way, okay? Again, as much as that sounds crazy, people do actually like people that need them, but I'm getting not so much need them. It's more so you're going to be more interesting because of the fact that you see them as somebody who's dependable. So that's more so why you'll be more interesting, because people will find that interesting at the fact that you see them as somebody who's dependable, something like that. Lastly, you guys should just start accepting things for what they are. Maybe this is meaning like stop trying to control everything, okay? Or stop trying to force things. Stop trying to overextend yourself, even, because didn't I just say something about that? Yeah, so heavy on that. Like, you become more interesting if you just kind of go with the flow or accept things for what they are, or kind of let things just come to you, even being a receiving and not overdoing things, doing just enough. But it's kind of like you kind of always trying to pour into everyone else and make sure everyone else feels better. It leaves no one to be interested, because there's nothing like for them to be interested in you, okay? It's like they're more of the interest, and all of your attention is kind of going to them, something like that, if y'all get where I'm going. But it's like you just need to kind of let others overextend themselves, okay? And I'm just getting acceptance here. Just accept things. Don't try to control everything, control the situation. Just let things be. Go with the flow more, Scorpio. And I feel like that's what's going to make you more interesting, okay? Because you could like to control things. And sometimes when people just in for the ride, they ain't really trying to control how the ride goes. You come off more interesting. Because you seem like one of the people that is flowing with life, literally. You're not trying to force something that you can't force or control. You just, and people who kind of just go with the flow, they literally have that type of personality and nature, and that's that would make you interesting, though, because you just kind of one of them people that, it just gives like you're not scared, or you're not a scary person. You're not like anxious even. That's what's more so makes it interesting, and that's why you would be more interesting, because it's more like you just not trying to, because you don't come off, like you're wary when you go with the flow, and that's in itself is kind of what makes someone, more interested, because it's like you don't worry about things, you're just going with the flow. Okay, something like that. And some of you guys could be more interesting. Is just like not by being a sore loser. Okay, so maybe when you don't get your way or you don't win, you're not at the top of the charts, or you're not in first place, or you're not in a good position, and like things aren't working out for you. Don't like spoil it forever for everybody. It's like you become more interesting when you don't sit there and spoil it for everybody, but yet be happy for other people's wins, or be more optimistic knowing that your time will come. Just like congratulating other people, and letting other people soak in their success, instead of being like some type of sore loser, or not wanting to be happy for other people's wins. I'm really picking it up, and you become more interesting when you are when you are someone who doesn't let other people's wins intimidate you, or it's like people automatically will feel comfortable and interested in you because you're like a safe space. They know that you would not be the type to hate on them, or to again be intimidated, or to want to compete with them, when surpass them. They know that your mindset isn't like that, and that's kind of like where you would become more interesting, is by being more so in that trustworthy energy, or being in a more confident energy, and not trying to be that sore loser that hates to see other people win while you're in the midst of like losing, something like that. Okay, let's just say you're more interesting in general when you don't act like other people, when you act like quite the opposite of what a usual person would do. So not even just being like or doing what the usual person does. In general, Scorpio, is how you're going to become more interesting. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for Scorpio. That's how you can be a little bit more interesting as a Scorpio, though, baby. And the star coming out, you're already interesting person. I'm sure you know that. If you don't, you know now. You actually have star qualities. Some of y'all are a star. You could be in the spotlight in some way. You could have Scorpio in your big three, even if you're here and you have Scorpio in your big three, even, but you definitely have those star qualities. So just want to end this off, ain't much not interesting about you, but that is a few little things that can make you more interesting than you already are. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.